At this point, Zhou is beyond enraged. He furiously launches at Lin Luo, tentacles and all. "I'll give you 3 seconds. If you don't get out, I'll take care of you too. Don't think that you're awesome after awakening your substitute. Who doesn't have a substitute yet? It seems that these are your last words." A smile appeared on Lin Luo's lips, and he coldly said to Dark Emperor, "Do it," signaling him to attack. Zhou quickly reverts back to a teenager, frighteningly asking Lin Luo how many freaking substitutes he has. Before he had time to react, the green tentacles behind him moved first, instantly letting go of Yang Yong and Teacher Chen. They all rolled towards Dark Emperor. Dark Emperor was naturally not polite. In an instant, his fist was directly stuck to Zhou Yu's green tentacles and more followed, instantly wrapping around him. "So what if you have more than one substitute?" Zhou Yu smiled maniacally, ordering his tentacles to eat Dark Emperor. Lin Luo laughed playfully, obviously looking down at Zhou Yu. His tentacles were all cut off in an instant. Lady Kaguya's pretty face was filled with coldness as she continued to slice Zhou Yu's tentacles into multiple pieces which fell to the ground struggling. Zhou Yu, who was scared shitless, fell on the ground and pointed at Yang Yong. "Wait, I am also a victim. It was Yang Yong who bullied my brother. I also want to protect my brothers and seek justice." "Really? I didn't do anything bad." Yang Yong clenched his fist saying loudly, "Seeking justice? Don't talk nonsense." Lin Luo walked towards Zhou Yu with no emotion in his tone. "Stop struggling. A worthless idiot like you do bad things whenever you have the strength. Sooner or later you'll be arrested by the police. It's more valuable to die in my hands." Zhou Yu then shamelessly reached out to Teacher Chen. "I am a key training target in the country. I will be recommended to a key university in the future. You can mentor me. Teacher Chen, please save me." Lady Kaguya appeared behind Zhou Yu, and a bloodline suddenly emerged on his neck. This surprised Teacher Chen greatly. Zhou Yu collapsed to the ground, gradually ceasing to breathe. Lin Luo walked past his body, saying coldly, "She's your teacher, yet you dare to treat her like this. If you can do this to your own teacher today, you might kill someone tomorrow. You truly deserve to die." Lin Luo then activated the talent plundering ability, seizing Zhou Yu's talent. After taking Zhou Yu's talent, just as Lin Luo was about to check the talent details, he was interrupted by a grateful Yang Yong coming up to thank him. Yang Yong, somewhat shyly, inquired about his name. Lin Luo, naturally not revealing his real name, introduced himself as Dark Emperor, then coolly turned around with Lady Kaguya and left. At this moment, Lin Luo was unaware. He gained an enthusiastic young fanboy. After bidding farewell to Yang Yong, Lin Luo visited a restaurant to check the newly acquired talent. Perfect fusion merged the essence of any two existences, perfectly fusing them together, retaining their respective characteristics, lasting for 5 minutes. This talent is straightforward, but its specific effects need to be verified through actual practice. Then, with a light shout from Lin Luo, "Come out, Green Demon." 10 smooth green tentacles suddenly extended from his back, freely dancing in the air, resembling a giant octopus with its tentacles flaring. This feeling was somewhat fresh, like having a dozen freely extendable arms. And even the sense of touch was perceptible. He hadn't expected a substitute of this form, and quickly opened the Green Demon's attribute panel. The Green Demon had a skill called Elastic Skin, providing 50% damage reduction from blunt weapons, spells, and similar attacks, but increasing damage taken from sharp weapons by 20%. Lin Luo instantly understood why Dark Emperor's attacks were ineffective, likely due to this skill's influence. Lady Kaguya, however, handled him in just a few strikes. Although Green Demon's attack power isn't high, it can launch over a dozen attacks at once and has defensive bonuses against spells, making it a decent substitute. With the matter satisfactorily resolved, Lin Luo decided to relax for a while. He summoned all his substitutes, planning to treat everyone to fried chicken. The restaurant he was at happened to be a famous chain, specializing in fried chicken burgers. After ordering, he contentedly put down his phone, since there was still space in the spatial crystal. He ordered extra, just in case. A young female waitress approached him with a puzzled look. "Hello, sir. Did you order 300 chicken rolls, 300 spicy burgers, 200 tender beef quintets, 100 codfish burgers, and 400 colas?" Lin Luo replied with a smile, "Yes, I placed the order. I know your store might not have that much stock, so just bring as much as you have. Lin Luo remembered that in 6 months, food would become scarce globally, since the spatial crystal preserves food as it was at the moment of storage. It was better to stock up on supplies. Suddenly, Lady Kaguya pointed outside and said, "Master, look, the fog outside seems to be getting thicker." Lin Luo felt the white mist looked familiar. He quickly checked the government announcements on his phone, then exclaimed in shock, "It's a mouse-level disaster, an interdimensional bug catastrophe, but why is it happening so much earlier? In my previous life, the first mouse-level disaster should have occurred in 7 days." Just then, the restaurant's door was suddenly flung open and a young woman holding a child and crying bitterly rushed in. She kept crying out to save her child. Suddenly, a tentacle emerged from behind her and tripped her to the ground, revealing a spider monster as big as a truck. The spider had 2 crimson compound eyes on its head, and its ferocious mouth beneath was constantly dripping saliva. The fallen woman looked terrified, but no matter how much she struggled, she couldn't break free from the spider's grasp. Suddenly, Lin Luo rushed over and shielded her behind him. The woman, seeing the tall young man before her, felt a sense of security, but in the next moment, to her shock, the young man walked straight towards the spider monster. Lin Luo summoned Master of Wishes. "Master of Wishes, I wish for the fog within 10 meters around me to dissipate." Immediately, a white light dispersed the fog. Lin Luo swung a short blade, cleaving the spider in 2 with a swift sword energy. Congratulations to the player for killing a level 7 long-legged spider, earning 640 experience points. This disaster, though calamitous for humanity, also presented opportunities. Killing these monsters might not yield equipment or items, but it did grant 4 times the experience points. Several large locusts flew out of the fog. Lin Luo raised his head, noticing them, but before they could get close to Lin Luo, they were instantly slain by Lady Kaguya and Dark Emperor. Meanwhile, on the other side of the city, in a district overrun by numerous insects, someone curiously observed these bug beasts through the thick fog, saying, "Old you, these insects are so huge, how much experience can we get from killing them?" Yute Jia responded, "The bonus from killing monsters above our level, plus the 4-fold experience, should be quite substantial. This wave of disaster is catastrophic for ordinary people, but for us, who have awakened powerful talents, it's an opportunity to widen the gap with them." A person in a blue Taoist robe spoke, "It's impressive, someone who came back from the future, you know so much." Yute Jia turned to Lu Yu, the first player to second awaken in the original timeline, was supposed to be 6 days after the mass awakening, but yesterday, that Dark Emperor advanced to his second awakening early, so the first mouse-level disaster also came ahead of schedule. But no matter, I found you guys to create the strongest team by utilizing the phototaxis of these insects. We can quickly reach level 20 and complete our second awakening. After saying this, he smashed the window in front of him and led everyone into the fog. On Lin Luo's side, after killing a wave of insects, he realized that these insects seemed to have temporarily overcome their photoactic instinct and dared not come too close. Lin Luo asked Dark Emperor and Lady Kaguya to guard the door, while he turned to check if his ordered food was packed. He went to the counter, packing all the hot burgers and fried chicken into the spatial crystal. Then, he solemnly advised, "For the next 10 days or so, it's unlikely anyone will come to rescue you. There are insects that bite and eat people everywhere. Don't go out, just wait for help here. The food and water in the stores should be enough to get you through. After I leave, immediately turn off the lights. The light will attract the insects in the fog." Seeing Lin Luo about to leave, the young woman hurriedly grabbed his arm. "Can you take me with you? My child is too young to die here." Seeing this, others also gathered around, pleading with Lin Luo to take them away. Lin Luo's gaze showed no hesitation as he refused everyone, then pushed the door and stepped out of the restaurant. Suddenly, he felt a pang in his heart, a foreboding feeling, as if he had overlooked something important. He suddenly remembered that history had changed due to his rebirth, and the disaster had come early. Would Sister One be able to handle the sudden danger? At that moment, a girl who was working late was trapped in the fog, attacked by an alien hunter as tall as a 2-story building. Suddenly, a figure in a blue Taoist robe descended from the sky. Behind him, an imposing elder appeared, who gently waved his hand after forming a Taoist gesture, immediately crushing the alien hunter to the ground. He cheekily said, "I, Luo, am a contemporary Taoist master. How will you repay me?" Just then, a beam of light suddenly obliterated the suppressed alien hunter. It was the exclusive skill of the SS-grade substitute Emperor's Eye, life and death control. 3 more figures emerged from the fog. Wei Tailang politely said, "Taoist Lu, let me help you." Luo's eyes turned cold, clearly displeased with him for openly snatching experience points. Seeing this, Wei Tailang hurriedly apologized with a smile. After all, he couldn't afford to offend someone who had awakened an SS-grade talent. Qin Fan, walking at the back, suddenly said, "Now that this monster is dead, I believe you won't mind if I make use of it." He slowly approached the alien hunter's corpse, muttering softly, "For your king, rise again." The shadow beneath the corpse seemed to come alive, eventually forming a pitch-black alien hunter. Liu exclaimed, "So this is the SS-grade talent Shadow Monarch. Huh, old you. The partners you found are quite impressive." Yu Taijia inwardly smiled bitterly. His new teammates were indeed more terrifying than the next. Gathering them together, he wasn't sure if it was a good or bad thing. Meanwhile, not far away, a figure was rapidly approaching. Wherever he passed, the fog dispersed, and the nearby insects were instantly killed. Luo and the others naturally noticed Lin Luo running wildly in the fog, prompting an interested conversation. His monster-killing technique is clean and efficient. Is he leveling up by killing monsters like us? But ordinary people don't have the ability to predict the future. He must be someone who has awakened a decent talent, trying to fight his way out for survival. At this moment, Lin Luo had no time to pay attention to his surroundings, rushing towards Sister Wen's house based on his past life's memory. In no time, he had arrived at Wen Yuxi's doorstep and immediately started knocking on the door without hesitation. As long as he confirmed that their family was safe, he could go back to sleep peacefully. Footsteps quickly sounded from inside the door, followed by a familiar and anxious voice. "Is Wen Yuxi back?" As the door opened, a middle-aged woman with a worried expression appeared. Wen Yuxi's mother, Li Jiunjia, seeing Lin Luo at the door, she showed a look of surprise. While Lin Luo was moved to see his benefactor after many years, he focused on the key point in her words. "Annie Li, isn't Sister Wen at home?" Li Jiunjia, looking worried, said, "It's way past the end of the workday, and Wen Yuxi still hasn't returned. I don't know if something happened. There's no signal on the mobile phone with this fog outside. What should we do?" Lin Luo, hearing this, instantly felt a bad premonition. "Sister Wen must be in trouble," he quickly said. "Andy, don't panic. I'm going to look for Sister Wen now. You promise me? No matter what noise you hear, do not go out or open the windows." After speaking, he rushed into the thick fog with determination in his eyes. Given the current situation, anyone without awakened combat talents or inherited instance powers would have a slim chance of survival against the insects. "Sister Wen, you must be safe." As Lin Luo sped through the fog, he suddenly heard Dark Emperor's voice. "Master, there's someone here." Not far away on the ground lay a disfigured corpse, dressed and shaped like a city female office worker. Lin Luo's face darkened. The disaster is indeed perilous. I must find Sister Wen quickly. He immediately summoned Master of Wishes, asking him to reveal Wen Yuxi's location. The Book of Wishes rapidly flipped, its pages shimmering with golden light. Moments later, Wen Yuxi's location appeared in his mind, about a 3-minute distance from him. At a 24-hour convenience store nearby, the exterior was swarming with giant locusts. Wen Yuxi and her friend Wenwen were crouching in a corner, along with a store employee, Mei Daji, who muttered fearfully, "It's over. It's the end of the world. Everyone's doomed. No one can escape alive." His gaze towards the two girls gradually changed. Attracted by Wen Yuxi's youthful beauty, he suddenly lunged at them. The two women, frightened, stood up from the ground. Wen Yuxi, with an unhappy face, asked, "What are you trying to do?" Mei Daji spread his hands and said, "There are so many insects outside that could rush in at any moment. We could die at any time. Of course, we should enjoy ourselves in time." Wenwen stood up, cursing furiously. "Are you sick? Look at yourself in the mirror." Mei Daji pushed Wenwen away, grabbing Wen Yuxi's hand, mockingly saying, "I didn't even fancy you. I want her." Wonen immediately rushed over to pull him away, but Meidaji, annoyed, pushed her back fiercely. This push made her stumble and faint after hitting the corner of the wall. Meidaji slowly unbuckled his belt, leeringly saying, "I'm still a virgin. Girl, let me die without regrets." When Yusi, caught off guard, was pinned against the wall, terrified, struggling desperately. Seeing her resist, Meidaji slapped her, causing her to briefly lose consciousness. Suddenly, the glass door shattered with a loud crash, followed by the sound of glass shards hitting the ground. Meidaji turned pale and looked back, wondering if insects had invaded, but a fist swiftly flew past, sending Meidaji flying. A figure appeared behind Yusi, carefully holding her in his arms. When Yushi exclaimed in disbelief, "Is it you, Lin Luo?" Lin Luo looked at her tenderly, apologizing. "Sorry, Sister Wen, I'm late." Meidaji, seeing it was a person and not insects, grew bolder and began to curse at Lin Luo. Lin Luo glared coldly at him. In the next moment, Dark Emperor appeared, gripping Meidaji's neck and lifting him like a dead dog. Lin Luo, with a chilling gaze, asked Meidaji, "Tell me, what did you do to her?" Meidaji, panicking, started to scream for help, but the grip on his throat tightened, reducing him to fearful whimpers. Lin Luo's eyes, filled with a murderous aura, pinned him down. "I'm giving you one last chance. What did you do to her?" As Dark Emperor's grip tightened, Meidaji's face turned from red to blue. At Lin Luo's command, Dark Emperor threw him to the ground, giving him a chance to speak. Meidaji crawled over, clinging to Lin Luo's legs, begging for mercy. "Brother, I was wrong. I swear I didn't do anything to your woman. Please spare me. I'll turn myself and right away," Meidaji promised. Lin Luo's expression changed, and a cruel smile formed on his lips. "Spare you?